the Rohingya crisis remains one of the world's most pressing humanitarian challenges, as you know. What do you believe is the path toward to sustainable solution? They can go back to their country?
Yeah. So first thing I'd say is absolutely hats off to Bangladesh for the support that you've provided to that population, the Rohingya. I've visited the camps many times. It's one of my areas of responsibility, and it's the scale is incredible. And government of Bangladesh, and the people of Bangladesh and the local communities as well, I should add, in the rescinding area as well. So absolutely, I commend, and we have absolute respect for that. And I should add, UK is also has experience of this as well. With Ukraine crisis in our regional neighbourhood, UK has taken again, because it's the right thing to do, many refugees from that crisis as well. So it's something that we are very passionate about as a nation. I think the point you make is what's a sustainable conclusion? Well, I think it's like in any of these things, right? The refugees are the symptom, or their movement is a symptom, should I say, of a cause, and the cause is a conflict and insecurity. So the obvious answer to your question is, I think, when it is safe for them to return, when if we can end the conflict going on across the border and the conditions are safe for a dignified return, then that is the solution to any of these conflicts. And we've seen this, we've seen this recently in Syria, for example. I was talking with a Syrian colleague who's based in Dhaka, and he was back home in Syria, couldn't believe after all these years of conflict that finally, and that is ultimately the solution, and it's wonderful to see people being able to return to their homeland. One final thing I would just say is, in the interim, I think what we're really passionate about, or really focused on, I should say, is about ensuring that we get the best bang for our buck. Because we need to ensure that the money goes as far as it can do to support both the Rohingya population, but also the local communities who have warmly and generously embraced these vulnerable people who've fled across the border.